Hello and welcome back to another Project HD video. Today we have the first episode of the second season of Everton Career Mode. I am excited like hell for this transfer window. And just before we get started, I did want to say what a season it was last year. We finished 4th on goal difference. If you didn't check it out last season and you can be asked to watch the whole season, then go and check it out. Or if you just want to watch the most recent video, then that should be available on my playlist, which I have designed right now. Right, straight away before I even get started, I did want to say, comment down below your suggestions. I could take them into consideration if I agree or I think that's a good idea. This is just as much as your series as it is as mine. But either way, we're going to get straight into it here, and we're going to show you how we're setting up so far with no transfers done. Lukaku is our main striker up top, 82 rated, our joint best striker now with Eto'o. Eto'o went back down, he went up 2 and then down 1, so we went up 1 over the course of last season, which is still good for a 34-year-old. But then partnering with him is Ross Barkley. Ross Barkley is such a great midfielder and he has a great relationship with Lukaku at the club. We got Campbell in right mid. He improved so much last year, +4, now a 79 rated, almost 80 rated player. Bittencourt left mid. He's sort of okay, Bittencourt. He doesn't play amazingly for me, but he does his job. And he also went up quite a few stats last year as well. Then we got our star man, pretty much, of the team, through Kevin Strootman. This guy, I love him. I'm so happy that I signed him. It took a big chunk out of my transfer budget last year, but I think we needed that killer signing. Every year, I think we need one big signing to really sort of say, whoa, that was a good signing, and sit back and really improve our team with one signing at a time. Then we've got McCarthy. Again, he's one of them players that just sort of does his job. He has got 84 potential, but hasn't lived up to that yet. Not a single stat improved last year. So maybe we might be parting company with him shortly, who knows. But for now, he's doing his job. Actually, comment down below, do you like McCarthy? Because it's a bit of a weird one, to be honest. He's not any standout player, and he doesn't seem to be growing too much, but he is a good player, so we'll see what happens with him. Coleman, yeah, I was slightly annoyed, actually, that he didn't grow, but he is 26, so you can't expect him to absolutely burst up. But I would like him to reach an 80, but he really isn't a priority to change out, especially with Klein on the bench as well. Then left back, Baines, so, yeah, again, a player who is 31 now, no, 30, I believe. Yep, 30, and he's a great player. Look at these stats. Seriously, I do want to say that left backs and right backs on this game are so consistent in stats. But so for now he's okay. If he starts decreasing, then that could be a problem. Then we've got centre back of Stones and N'Kalu. N'Kalu, he's gone up 2 since we signed him in January. Oh my God, this guy is wank worthy. I swear down, this guy is solid. 81 rated centre back. This is the sort of centre back we needed to almost take a lead in our defensive role, because we have, obviously, we had Jagielka, who was our captain, and then he started degrading down, and N'Kalu is really that solid injection of quality in centre-back that takes it from one mark to the next. Stones, again, is a player who will grow, so he grew brilliantly last season, and I've put my faith into him for first-team football. Howard in goal, he's pretty much sorted. He's the captain at the moment at an 84 rating. Then we've got Klein, Matthew, Malanda, Chamberlain. Then we've got Eto'o, Paloschi, another pre-contract signing. He's gone up 2 as well since we signed him. He was 75 when we signed him in January on pre-contract. These stats, this guy's pretty much a Naismith, but a bit of Italian in there as well, except he can't play cam or right mid. He's a poacher as well, which is nice to see. He will score goals. Eto'o as well, he will start declining. He's retiring this season. Got Chamberlain, who went down last year for some reason. Malanda's a solid CDM for backup. Matip, slightly disappointing last season. Didn't grow a single stat anyway, so I might try and do the loan thing to fix his potential. Who knows what's happened with him, or we might have to shift him on, but he is a very good player, and I do intend to, well, I really want him to grow more than Nathan. Morales is our next right midfielder, and he wants to leave. Simple as. I love Morales, and if I could, I'd keep hold of him, but he wants to leave, and I have got a good idea in mind of who to replace Morales with, because it is unfortunate that he wants to leave, but I think it could turn out alright because I've got a very, very interesting idea. Then we've got all of these reserves here. Standout reserves, Naismith, Osman, Barry, Besic. The rest of them are pretty much going out on loan except for Robles, obviously. And Jagielka is also a standout reserve, of course. He would slot into the first team, but he's just declining. And I love the guy. Again, in real life, I love the guy. I'm not an Everton fan, but I bet many Everton fans love the guy. He's a great player. But in FIFA, he's just that tad little bit too old now. So same format as ever. We go to the shortlist and after the team, and we explain why we've got these players as on the shortlist, basically. So Tejas, of course, we had him on loan last season. Tried to get him on loan with an option to buy. Couldn't do that. He's definitely a player I'm interested in because we don't have another left back on the team. So straight away, he is worth 5 to 8 million. So we know his valuation. I'm going to go just above that with 1.8. Again, cheeky, but hopefully they'll come back and reply to that. Or otherwise, we might have to get him on loan again. But the thing is with Tejas, he is a great backup left back. I really liked him, and we need another backup left back, basically. That's simple as. Then we've got Kramer here as well. CDM-wise, not a priority at the moment, but I did like Kramer, and I was going to get him instead of Malanda, but because he was, in fact, on loan last year, I couldn't do anything with him. Then we've got Gornall, who could be Frank Lampard's regen. I've got him there just in case I need a bit of backup in centre mid, which I don't find likely. We've got quite a bit of depth there. Rafinha and Cam, right, we don't have another Cam. Simple as, we don't have another Cam. I'm scouting him at the moment, want to find out his value, and then I'll reply and come back to him later on. I'll show you all of that, good stuff later. And this is the plan I've got with the Morales deal. So Gerard Deulofeu, I know just from my personal view on life that he is a similar rating and a similar price to Morales, but he's a lot younger. If I didn't have to, I probably wouldn't, but I think I might just try a straight swap with Morales, because I reckon you could get about 12 million for Morales, and that for Deulofeu I think is quite a good deal. Like, I know I got him last year in my Birmingham career mode, but this almost seems a bit more realistic in a way, because if you look at his picture, he's in his Everton shirt. Remember that? Yep, Gerard Deulofeu was on loan at Everton, so it would be really nice to bring him back to the club. He's sporadic at Barcelona. Let's try and do a straight swap with Morales. I don't know his value, but I think that could be a good deal. If it's not, then I'll sort that out later. Now, Bryce Bamba, the Ivory Coast striker. Right, you're getting the idea? Yes, this is Drogba's regen. And what I'm on about here is maybe I could buy him and then loan him out, or maybe I could buy him as just squad depth, because look at that. 4-star weak foot, 5-star skill moves, high work rate attackively. He's 6 foot, he's quick, he's not amazingly strong, which is disappointing, but he's a superb regen, and I would really be interested in getting him as backup for our team. He is loan listed, so if we do have to, then we could just get him on loan, you know what I mean? But I would like to get him on a permanent. He isn't a priority at the moment, but he would be quite a cool addition. And then the next player is Aronica and Rovini. Now, these aren't priorities. One of these is Di Natale. I don't know which one, though, so I'm waiting for the scout reports to come back, see which one's better, and then I should be able to work out which one's Di Natale. I think it's Aronica, but I'm not certain on that. And then we've got Christian Atsu. I've got to bring this guy back, simple as. It's the simple truth. I've got to bring Atsu back to the club. He was great last year. I absolutely love the guy. And if we could snatch him a deal of about 5 million, I think I'd be pretty sorted at that. That's just over his valuation and just under what it says there. But he's a squad rotation player at Chelsea, and he would be brilliant because we technically only have Bittencourt in left mid, but Atsu can play across the front three. You can play left wing, cam and right wing, so he is a very versatile player, and I would really, really like to have him. So that's pretty much the whole thing, except for these three. Now, yeah, that's all I have to say. I'm doing a tutorial video soon on how to get some good players that are unique on career mode, and the simple fact is, Lewis Price is glitched, and this keeper is in the bloody championship. So I just put him on here just to tell you, to be honest. I'm not going to be able to afford him. If I was with Barcelona or Man City, then that would be a great option. I would buy him happily because I really want to buy a glitched keeper one day. But because I can't afford him, I was thinking Luke Daniels or Jakubovic. Jakubovic was glitched last year and so was Luke Daniels, and they both look glitched this year. Luke Daniels' stats on, he's a more of a realistic backup keeper, if not first team keeper at 27 years old. Looking at his stats, he's definitely better than what he normally is when he's not glitched. He's certainly better than that. But he's not like a Lewis Price who's gone up to 87 and is in the Championship. Makes no sense. But Jakubovic is also in the Championship, and he could also be a good backup keeper. Look at his stats. He's definitely glitched as well. So these three keepers are most certainly glitched. And I would like to find out what happens with these three and whether I could get one as backup. So I've already gone through all of these emails, but I thought it'd be a good idea to show you as well. So the league objective, they want us to qualify for the Champions League like last year. We only just scraped that last year, but we've got that. Season's budget, 27 million, not bad, but we did end the season on like 10, 15 million last year, so maybe slightly under what I wanted, but who knows. Domestic Cup objective, win the Cup. So we need to win a Domestic Cup. Last year our Domestic Cup was woeful. Champions League, they only want us to reach the knockout stage, which should be possible, which means we need to win the qualifiers against Malmo, and then we need to either get second or first in the group stage. I just think it's doable, let's be honest. And then we've got the both pre-contract player arrivals. Kevin Morales from the board, they want him to leave, basically. They're unhappy with the bad tarnish that he's putting on the club on a daily basis. And basically, they want to sell the player as soon as possible. And they think it's suitable because it's bad morale for the team. And we've got a transfer offer for him. 9 million from Manchester United. So he's moving across the road, seriously. He's homesick and Manchester United want him. That's the thing with FIFA, no logic. I would be happy for Morales to go if he was going to go to a place like Anderlecht, because that's where he lives. That's his home native country. How can he be homesick and then move to a club from across the road? I'm going to go with about 17 million. See what they say to that. I think that's a pretty reasonable price for an 81 rated player, to be honest. Okay, probably a bit over the top, but, you know, that's just the way it is. As always, this is a feature-length special, so if you want to buckle down, get a bit of biscuits and cup of tea if you like, then simple as. Transfer offer for Strootman. No way, Jose. No way. Never. 67 million. I just saw his valuation, and my board said we could sell him for 67 million. Oh, man, you weren't happy about that. Imagine that. 67 million. Okay, so Jakubovic I'm going to leave for now. Right. Atsu. Oh, Chelsea accepted 5 million for Atsu. That's quite a good deal. Right. He will be important. I'm going to put that, try and get him on a lower squad role as possible. Galatasaray rejected because Alex Telles is too valuable. No. I really wanted to bring him back. Come on then, load FIFA. I can't believe I could make that much profit on Strootman. I'm not going to. It would be quite amazing, but I'm not going to. Right, I'm going to go right in big then. I'm going to go with a massive 5.6 million. Because I think it's necessary if we want to get these players in, but I think that is a bit over the top. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. Oh well. Oh well. Connor Hunt. Yep. Take him for £15,000. Wowee. And that's the lowest transfer I've ever done. Monaco are only willing to do 10 million. Are you being serious? He is worth more than McGeady. McGeady was older and less rated. So I'm asking for 14.5 million. I'm sticking to that. I'm sticking to my guns. They're being a dick about it. Right. Luke Daniels, no, they're not interested either. So, oh, Connor Hunt's gone. Christian Atsu, he's accepted. That's our first signing of the season. We bring Christian Atsu back to Everton, where he belongs. Well, probably not, but yeah. I mean, he was solid last year, and I really do like the guy. I think he's a great player. He's currently injured. Still injured from the injury which we gave him. But he's almost realistic in a way that we had him on loan and then bought him on a permanent. That doesn't happen enough in FIFA. People get players on loan and then just don't try to get them on a permanent. And I like to see people doing that because it almost almost reflects what real clubs do, because real clubs do that quite a lot. I'm going to try a loan. Like, I know it sounds a bit stupid, raping off loans on Tejas, but I just think it's too much for a player of his quality. So, he's a squad rotation player. So, if I try a loan, see what they say. If they say yes, then that's fine, because I might actually accept that, because that could come in handy. Galloway out on loan for a season. Good signing for Birmingham with a 64 rated player. Roma want him for 9 million. Oh my god! I don't get how come McGeady can go for so much more than Morelos. I just don't understand that. Is it the clubs know that pace is abused on this game? Morelos has gone to Spurs for 8.5 million. Are you being serious? So I could have just accepted an 11 million offer from Monaco. I should have really thought about that, shouldn't I? Oh man, that's really annoyed me. Right, Deulofeu, I'm going to do what I would have done anyway. So they gave me 7 million the board. So I'm going to offer 7 million to Barca and see what happens, because that would be equal to a straight swap. Just, it means Morash would have gone to a rival club through Tottenham instead of a club over in Spain. Can we live with it? It's a shame to see that Mauricio Pochettino has been able to grab him for that much, because that's quite low. Okay, here we go. Here's the scout reports. This is what I like to see. If I go back, then I'm going to... He's an important first-team player. It's because he's gone to Verona. That's why. But I will try a loan. If he would have gone to a team like maybe Inter Milan or Roma, Juventus, then he might not be that expensive and might have been able to get him on loan quite easily. Have we looked at any of these? Right, Thomas, okay, he's not very good. So if I would have accepted Monaco's deal, then I'd have been able to get him at a better price. So I'm gonna do a bit of negotiation here. Do 9 million, because I'm going to try and get him as cheap as possible. Okay, so Ravini has accepted, but we don't know his rating yet. So because I'm scouting him, I'm going to see his rating eventually at the end. Even though we have got Aptu now, I'm going to offer 9 million. Trust me, it works better than inquiring, because if you inquire, then they come back with double that easily. So it does work better than inquiring. Kramer, 6 million. So even though we might not need him, even though he's not compulsory, I think we could gamble on him, see whether we can get him at a nice cheap price of around 5 million and see what happens there. He's crucial at Leverkusen though. So God knows what he was on loan last year, but he's crucial now. Tejas, it's not happening with him, unfortunately. In fact, I'm going to keep him there because he's contracted at expiring. So if he does turn 23 in January, then we could get him for next year.